What's good, YouTube? Time for another Blue review. I'm getting good at this camera work, and I'm like in the flow. I just did another video in the comment, and I wanted to do one on my own because I don't want to just keep commenting on other people's videos. I didn't want to get into that, like, go through YouTube and watch a video and come up with a comment. But this is another wrestling-based video. So I wanted to talk about the WWE title, not the World Heavyweight title, the WWE title. Since WWF, the WWE title has gone through many transformations. We had the smaller belt, and then the Eagle belt. Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and everybody have all had that belt. The privilege of carrying that belt, minus The Rock and Stone Cold, I believe, for that era, and Kane. And those people in the later Attitude Era did not get a chance to carry that belt because prior to WrestleMania, well, no, Austin did carry that belt because WrestleMania 14, he did take that belt from Shawn Michaels, correct? Yeah. So, I'm very, personal about my wrestling. But I think now, the degrading move that John Cena put, or whoever came up with that idea for the spinner titles, both of them, United States title devalued, but it will rebound because it's credibly held by, a couple of African American superstars, which I'm very proud to see this man actually taking on his own initiative, even though he fired or released Baruch and D'Lo Brown, which he could have created a nice stable from with Mark Henry and such. They could have had a new nation domination that was always rumored and speculated about for a while to rival, a formation of evolution. Not the evolution, legacy and such, like these super groups, that's what WWF is lacking. It's so hard to refer to WWE after they got the F out, and they literally got the F out. Now, next I wanted to speak about the draft. Now we're going to see possibly the switch of Undertaker for the first time in years. Undertaker is possibly going to cross from SmackDown to Raw. And they're possibly going to remain with Edge being as far away from Christian as they can to punish Christian for returning. I wanted to really touch on that too. TNA has at least 8 or 9 superstars that would thrive in WWF with the inclusion of the European title and the hardcore division at the time. Now, it would be hard pressed for people like Pete Williams, who has disappeared, Christopher Daniels, who I think they say he's the little crazy guy in the mask, and so forth, like Samoa Joe and them. They would thrive. Computer's locking. They would thrive in the WWF, but many of our superstars have also gone to TNA to carry the TNA heavyweight title or the NWA title prior to its change. Now we have lost Kurt Angle, and we lost Booker T, King Booker, great gimmick. We lost Christian Cage temporarily, and we lost the great Mick Foley. Now, Mick Foley wasn't ever going to become a booker at WWE, I don't think. So that's why I think he politicked his way out of WWE, because he had a contract. And, he just bought his way out of his contract to go work for TNA, because most people know TNA is going to need a booker. They're going to need someone who's going to come up with ideas of matches that are either extreme or very, very innovative or slightly, interesting to fans like myself, because I'll watch TNA every once a month or so, kind of to see what's going on, because I like Jarrett. I love Jeff Jarrett's persona. I love his theme music too, that In My World, thing. And I used to love AJ Styles, which has kind of fallen off. He's falling from grace in the company. So, but yeah, this WWE draft, they brought back Christian and sent him to ECW. It's like Jim Cornette said, it's like kiddie pool for him. He's a big fish and you're going to send him to the pond. He's obviously sticking out. He's going to stand out. with the likes of Finley and Mark Henry and who else is on there, Evan Bourne and such. You know, those few guys are over there could make ECW great, but there are no writers. The writers suck. I'm sorry. The guy, I can't think of his name, that wrote all of or most of the gimmicks. He had a nice partake in taking apart. You know, he took a great pride in writing his things. You know, his kayfabs and his keeping his storylines extensive and running and entertaining, and not like a month and a month and a month, going, and it's a new one, and it's a new one, it's a new one. So, like, he was released by Stephanie. I can't remember his name right now. Stephanie McMahon personally fired one of the original writers. Now we have Michael Hayes swimming around and not doing well, floundering, basically, like a magic carpet, if anybody's familiar with Pokemon. And just there, does nothing. Basically, everything he tries is it's like going to be reworked by Vince, and Vince really doesn't do any reworking. He leaves it to Stephanie. Stephanie does most of the task, forcing for gimmicks and things, and Triple H and such takes priority, because Triple H will not drop the belt to just anybody. Of course, we all know that. So they're priming people, and a quote that Jim Cornette made in his interview. If anyone saw it, you need to look it up. Jim Cornette's he was candid about Christian Cage returning to WWE as Christian and being pushed as far away from Edge, because not to say that he deserved a title shot, because I didn't like the fact that they pushed him right into an ECW title and then didn't give it to him, because I saw that, because you could read into it like when they did the Chris Jericho storyline. But to be, to not ramble between, they need to take the WWE title, rid themselves of that spinner one, that ridiculous looking belt, which only a teenager will like. I'm not, it's very simple, and it's very ridiculous. The ECW title looks better. And that flame, that ECW title looks horrible. It's all silver and just shiny. Like someone just said, But, I mean, of all the other titles that we have that still have a sense of craft in them, they didn't alter the WCW title as much. Logos maybe a little bit, but they kept the basis of that. They didn't defile that belt, but they defiled their own belt to get attention, I guess, of the children. It spins. That's not cute. So now that he's not, now that he's the other champion, hopefully he won't fuck that belt up like he did the WWE title. And that, my friends, is my opinion.